Yo, fam, what up? It's Low Key 85 back with another adventure, food adventure that is. Today I'm trying to make something different. I wanted some shrimp and broccoli Alfredo, but I didn't have no noodles, so I had to stuff them. So we're gonna start here with just some broccoli. I'm gonna go ahead and get that all cut up. I got some nice shrimp. Get a nice size shrimp. You know, you don't have to go too small, not too big, but you can go big or go home. So here, you just want to make sure the shrimp are clean. You know, no one wants to eat the intestines, the shit, whatever you want to call it. That black line down the middle of your shrimp. Just make sure it's clean. Boom. Shrimp are shelled. So here you want to rinse them. I don't know. You just always want to make sure you rinse your food. Wash your food. Wash your meat. Clean your meat. Also the same with your broccoli. You know, once it's cut up, you definitely want to give it a good wash. Here we're going to add some black pepper. I don't know, I like black pepper. I'm going to go heavy on the black pepper. A little bit of cayenne pepper and a little bit of Cajun seasoning for those shrimp. So here you want to get a big pot, fill it with water so that you can boil your shells. You want a smaller pot to steam your broccoli. Bring that water to a good old boil. One thing a lot of people forget to do also is put a little oil and salt that water. You got to salt that ass. Salt the water. And go ahead and just drop those shells right on in. Just make sure you give it a good stir so that it is not going to stick. So here we're just going to cut, peel, and mince the garlic. Next, you want to get a pan, get it nice and hot. Throw you a couple tablespoons of butter, maybe one or two, and just drop those shrimp right in there. Now you're going to saute them about 2 minutes on both sides. You don't really want to go too much more than that because we are going to put them in the oven so they will continue to cook. And you don't want to spend good money and overcook your shrimp. After you saute your shrimp on both sides for about 2 minutes, you just want to set them to the side. Now you can go ahead and drain your shells. Also, you could drain your broccoli and put them to the side to cool. You definitely want them to cool down before you handle them. I will also recommend with this recipe, with the cheese, I would just go ahead and get the block of Parmesan. Don't get the stuff that's already grated in a jar that's been sitting on the counter. For a couple bucks, you can get the fresh one and grate it yourself. Here I'm just going to throw the butter in a pot, melt it down some. Throw in the minced garlic from the fresh bulb of garlic we minced already. As you can see, I did add some black pepper, and here I'm going to turn the heat down. I just added some heavy whipping cream, And from here, you have to just stir and take your time because you don't want it to stick at the bottom and you don't want it to boil too fast. Don't worry if your sauce look a little thin, just add your cheese and it will thicken up. I added the Parmesan cheese and I also added mozzarella cheese. Stir until thick. It will reduce to a thick sauce. You take your shrimp, you take your broccoli, throw it in and mix it well. Try not to stir, just kind of fold it in. Here is when you can add a little bit more Alfredo sauce in. You don't want it too loose. You don't want it too thin. You can pour in as much Alfredo sauce as you want. I also added a little bit more cayenne. You might want to taste it to see where you're at about here. Here I'm just putting a little bit of Alfredo sauce down on the pan so that the noodles don't stick. I'm going to take the shrimp and broccoli Alfredo and just start stuffing. You're going to want to preheat your oven to about 375 and let it bake for about 20 minutes or until it's golden brown. Again, with this sauce that's left over, you definitely want to put some on top just to give it moisture while it's baking in the oven. I also added a little bit of mozzarella on top. I also took a little bit of that grated Parmesan and a little bit of parsley flakes. I couldn't help myself. I see people do it all the time. So, booyah. There you go.